Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a great Friday. It is Friday, yay. Okay, so before I start this video, I did want to touch base on two things. There was something that I failed to discuss in my last video that I felt were important to discuss. I don't know how I failed to mention this, but I did. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to mention, and a lot of people did point it out to me in the comment section, that's when I realized, oh crap, I forgot to say something. Okay, so Chilli likes to say that the First Amendment gives us a constitutional right to life, and he's wrong. Of course he's wrong. You'd think a constitutional law scholar would know the Constitution and the amendments and what they mean, but it just proves again that he's not a constitutional law scholar in any way. He's not even close to being educated at all on the law or the Constitution. The only amendment that states that we have a right to life is the 14th Amendment, as it reads in Section 1. No state shall make or enforce any law which should abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So again, in the 14th Amendment, Section 1, it states that no state shall deprive any person of life, liberty, or property. It's the only one that mentions that we have a right to life. So where Chilli kept pointing at the First Amendment and saying it says that we have the right to life, again, Chilli has no clue what he's talking about. Okay, and the second thing is Chilli claims that handcuffs violate our Eighth Amendment right. Again, he is not surprisingly wrong. The Eighth Amendment, excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines be imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment. Handcuffs, when being used to detain or arrest, that's not cruel and unusual punishment in any way. I don't care how he puts it, how he thinks that it's cruel and unusual punishment or torture or whatever. It's not. And that's clear. He's just got to have something to bitch and moan about. Handcuffs, period, are not cruel and unusual punishment, which also is fabulous news for any of you kinky people out there. So, that's good news for everybody. People get arrested or detained, and for anybody else who uses handcuffs for, whatever you use them for. They are not considered cruel and unusual punishment. They don't violate our Eighth Amendment right whatsoever. Keep in mind that these videos that Chilli is putting up are supposed to be educational videos. They're supposed to be videos to teach people the Constitution, the amendments, our rights and laws, and case law or whatever. This is what he's posting them for. Yet he is wrong on every one of these videos that he puts out. That is the only reason I'm covering them. If they were about intermittent fasting or whatever the hell else he wants to do, whatever. But when he's talking about laws and Constitution and rights and all of that stuff, and he's purposefully and willingly putting out false information, misinformation, or just flat out lies, then that becomes an issue. So with all of that out of the way, and all of that said and done, I hope you enjoy the video.
Video of a camera of a copper on the side of the road, just sitting here on the side of the road. He just sitting here, just sitting here, pulling over on the side of the road, pulling over. How you doing, Mr. Officer? How you doing? Charlie, sit down. He doesn't like pigs. I'm sorry. Charlie, sit down. How you doing, officer? I just was asking you. Oh, you're a pig cop. Oh man, you're the worst kind. You're the most dangerous. You guys like to walk the dog
what
attack
you're doing
people.
Is unsafe, man.
It's not actually. This is Test Lines versus Danforth, 1943. I have a fundamental right to be able to stop, my constitutional right. If I don't have a right to stop, I don't have a right to travel. Okay. I just pulled over to ask you what you were doing on the side of the road.
I'm trying to slow down speeders, sir. I have my LiDAR and I'm operating a LiDAR device.
So then you're revenue collecting, and then you have a blue stripe on the side of your car. Okay. And you're dressed like G.I. Joe loser in America.
Okay.
And
something I can help you with?
You could quit. You could quit doing this. You look like an able, capable man. Educate you. I'm here to teach you something. You are a child of God.
Okay.
Do you know about John Locke's divine morality, the theory of liberty? So the entire theory of liberty is that because you're a child of God, your soul is God's. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to God.
Okay, so we start out. Thing Chilli says is a verbal judo takedown. Everything he says is a lie. And we have Chilli right away illegally stopped on the side of the road harassing a police officer as usual. He says that this police officer is a G.I. Joe loser or looks like a G.I. Joe loser. Okay, failed Power Ranger of 1 week. You need to first be educated, Chilli, before you can claim to educate others. And you are so clearly not educated, especially in the bullshit that you are claiming to be educated in. You're not even close.
Your body is on lease, on rent by God. And this is the fundamental principle of America is what? Natural law, written by John Locke, born 1632. So your life has meaning. And instead of you having meaning for your life and doing something meaningful, you're sitting here on the side of the road, revenue collecting. Oh, see, you can't take the truth. And if I have any kind of difficult conversation with you, you'll try to figure out a reason why you can ticket me, fine me, fee me, arrest me. No. I'm trying to reach you as a human being. Oh, in the state of Nevada.
I'm trying to give you the statute.
Okay, the statute. Okay, go ahead.
State of Nevada.
Are you listening to this?
The NRS statute. Okay. Mm-hmm. When you're on the highway, the right shoulder is for emergencies. So I'm asking you, do you have an emergency so I can assist you?
Actually, your state of Nevada code is trumped by the U.S. Constitution, and the holding in Test Lines versus Danforth is going to be written by Virgil Griffith, the foremost constitutional scholar of his era. He was actually a chancery lawyer, but then he advanced to the Mississippi Supreme Court, and he wrote Test Lines versus Danforth that says that anywhere that there is a public easement that I can stop on the road, I'm allowed to legally stop there. No, you're not. What you're trying to do is try to figure out. You just read me an ordinance or a code. I'm not impeding you from doing your job.
I can't operate my laser device if you're blocking the traffic. I can't see.
Wow, Chilli. Instead of doing anything with your life or anything meaningful, you are stopped on the side of the road illegally, having a tantrum and harassing a police officer. This man at least has meaning to his life. He is out protecting lives, stopping drunk drivers, stopping speeders. He's actually doing something with his life. You, however, are not. You're doing nothing with your life other than grifting, lying, using, frauding. You're doing nothing good with your life at all. Chilli is the one who cannot handle the truth. He sits there and says, oh, you can't handle this, you can't handle that, whatever I'm saying to you. No, it's you. You're the one who cannot handle the truth. You talk over any officer who tries to tell you the truth or tries to tell you a statute, which, guess what, stands very, very strongly over your bullshit. Even in your comment section, anybody comes out and states the truth, you immediately remove the comment and block the person. You claim to be so for the First Amendment and so for the Constitution and freedom of speech, but yet you can't even take honest truth from anyone if it's not based on your belief system. And your belief system is not in the Constitution. Test Line versus Danforth. is not held by the U.S. Constitution. It is held by the Mississippi Supreme Court. And its meaning that you claim it is nowhere near that meaning. Tashline versus Danforth does not mean or give you any right to stop on the side of the highway or interstate for any reason at all, other than an emergency reason or you're getting pulled over. You're trying to push your beliefs, your feelings, even though they are not what's in the Constitution or law. That's what makes you pathetic. That's why you're a parasite to society.
Try to figure out. You just read me an ordinance or a code.
Me from doing my job.
I'm not impeding you from doing your job.
I can't operate my laser device if you're blocking the traffic. I can't see the traffic.
So you being a law enforcer, my freedom is impeding your ability to enforce law on Americans.
No, I'm not detaining you.
You're free to go. I pulled over to ask you why you're parked on the side of the road when you are a man of God. You don't belong doing this. You're not speed enforcement. You're here to protect my rights. Your fundamental purpose is to defend my rights.
When you pulled up, I have my laser in my hand.
Okay. Right. You're trying to get money from people.
I haven't written a single ticket today, and I've been out here 3 hours. I've issued 4 warnings. Would you like to see the warnings that I've issued? I've issued warnings.
If you want to show them to me, I'll look at anything you want to share. Anything you want to share.
I'm more than willing. I'm trying to keep the fatalities down here in our state. I haven't done anything. I haven't issued any monetary fines. So I'm just trying to figure
out. This is state intimidation. And the truth is, look at how you're dressed. If you pulled me over to give me a warning, you look absolutely freaking terrified.
I work alone.
Look at how you're dressed.
I'm doing a field training right now. So what do you want me to do, sir?
And this guy's signing up to do this job?
What do you want me to do, sir?
I want you to retire. I want you to join the side of goodness.
I promise you I'll retire in about 6 years. I got about 6 more years and I'll retire. How about that?
I want you to do something meaningful.
Okay.
This is not meaningful. This is, when I see you guys parked on the side of the road.
Actually, Chilli, you are impeding his job. You are pulled over illegally, stopped on the side of the road, harassing this police officer when he should be doing his job, which is monitoring people's speed limits and pulling them over if they're going way above that speed limit. They're not going to pull most people over for going 5, 6, 7 miles over the speed limit. Most police won't. You have some assholes out there that will actually pull you over for going 1 mile over. I actually saw a video the other day. I was checking out videos of where the town that I'm moving to in Texas in March, and it blew me away because this I think he was a prison officer. He was a guard at a prison, I think it was. I don't know which one it was, but he was going, what was it, 6 miles over the speed limit, and this was a city police officer. And he literally told him, I will pull you over if you're even going 1 mile over the speed limit. What was it? Oh, yeah. He started going 55 right before the 55 mile per hour speed limit sign. So, and I know we all do it. Like, you're going 45 and you see that 55 mile per hour sign right there in front of you. So you start speeding up a bit. That's what this guy did. He didn't even make it to, I think, 55. But the cop pulled him over. He was like, you're supposed to wait until you're after the 55 mile per hour sign before you start moving up to 55 miles an hour. Okay, that's fine. But to sit there and literally admit, if you were going 1 mile over the speed limit, I'm still going to pull you over. That's excessive. That, to me, is just, that's like you're just wanting to pull people over at that point. 1 mile over, unless everybody sets their cruise control, even in town, you're not going to be able to stop going over that 1 mile over the speed limit. Anyways, my point again, sorry. ADHD is bad. Sorry. Kitten is making noises over here on the side, creating more ADHD problems. Okay. Anyways, he is impeding this man's job. Because instead of doing his job, he's dealing with Chilli, who is a child throwing a tantrum on the side of the road. And it's funny that Chilli tells him that the officer that he needs to be on the side of good, when I don't think Chilli's ever been on the side of good. Ever.
I got about 6 more years and I'll retire. How about that?
I want you to do something meaningful.
Okay.
This is not meaningful. This is, when I see you guys parked on the side of the road,
Yes,
it
sir.
literally makes me want to vomit.
Would you like my badge number, name, anything like that, sir?
Mr. Jackson,
My name is Officer Jackson. I work for the Department of Interior. Badge number is 54. I'm just trying to make sure you're...
The only thing
Yes,
that
sir.
I would like for you to work on, Mr.
Absolutely.
Jackson, since you're not going to retire, is getting rid of the torture cuffs.
Okay.
Getting torture cuffs banned, and we use Velcro.
Okay.
For people who have to be detained. Most people, like myself, if I'm going to be arrested because I ran into a car and drove away or something stupid, right? If you have a camera on and say, sir, you're going to be arrested, will you come with me on camera? Or we put you in torture cuffs.
Okay.
I want the torture cuffs to be gone, and I want canines banned from America.
Okay.
There's no point in having canine attack
I don't know
dogs.
if you know guys know about the opioid deaths here in America. So
Oh, how's it going? How's it going?
That's not.
How's it going though? Since 1971.
We're on the losing side.
Right, since the
I'm
war.
trying to slow down.
Oh, you think so? The war on drugs is going good?
We're not. I just said we're not doing good.
So then we should legalize drugs and stop the nonsense of
legalize fentanyl?
all drugs. I didn't say I said legalize all drugs, including fentanyl.
You want to legalize all drugs?
All drugs, every drug there is.
That is your.
How since 1971? How many people have been locked up in cages for drugs?
I'm sure.
I just have to know, Chilli, are you proud of the fact that you look like an uneducated, mentally unstable idiot every time you go out in public? It's not that you look that way, it's that's who you are. I can't believe that anybody would be proud of themselves or even have any self-respect when they are out in public and behave the way you do. No, they're not getting rid of handcuffs or canine just because your feelings are hurt, just because you want those things to be gone. If you don't want to go in handcuffs, don't break the law. If you don't want to get chased down by a canine, don't have drugs on you or be a drug, whatever it is. I know that they use the canine for many things, but if you don't want it, don't break the law, and then a canine won't come after you. It's as simple as that. You know, come to speak of handcuffs. I was arrested twice in my whole life. Once at 15 because I did something really stupid and I beat up this girl in school and she got hurt pretty bad and I got arrested. I was released within an hour. However, I was never put in handcuffs. I was respectful. I was polite. I didn't resist. I cooperated. I was taken down to the jail and released in an hour. Charges were all dropped. I was arrested one time as an adult for something very, very stupid that I did. It's my biggest regret in life. But not one time was I handcuffed. And that is because I was polite, I was respectful, because I knew it was my fault. Why am I going to fight the police and resist over something that I did and I know I did it? I was released shortly after. Everything was fine. You want to have all this Velcro handcuffs and stuff. Do you know how easy it is for somebody to get out of Velcro? It's not indestructible, just like your trifold. It's not indestructible. It's so easy to get out of handcuffs that are made out of Velcro. Again, if you don't want to wear handcuffs, don't get arrested. And no, Mr. GHB, meth, cocaine, weed, idiot, legalizing all drugs is not a good thing. It is the worst thing you could possibly do.
In the state of Nevada.
Right, but you still lock people up for it.
No, we don't.
You think we should have dogs for the opioid crisis? That's what you think? You think we should have dogs for opioids when we just keep increasing people in prison, keep increasing criminal penalties? How's it going? You guys are losing. This is a bad idea. The idea of criminalizing addiction and disease is a horrible idea, and you're the guy doing it. And I'm finally getting to a point with you cops where I just let you guys know you're the man doing it to people. So it takes you to do it to people.
You're not detained. You're free to go.
No, you're free to go. I'm trying to get you to drive away from the side of the road instead of being a road pirate. I'm saying you are the man that puts torture cuffs on people. You're the man who's the fear in the day and the night. You're the scary person. The government's here and we're here to help. You're terrifying. And you don't even realize. You know what the thing is? I said that in 2022. 2023, you do know it. You do know you're terrifying. You do know you scare people. You do know that this is a fear tactic. You do know that this is fear-based. And that's what makes me sick. I'm hoping someday one of you cops I talk to is going to go, you know what? He's right. This is dog poo. I'm locking people away who don't belong locked away. And you get bonuses for drugs.
I don't.
Your department gets bonuses according to the 1994 crime bill. You get more money for drug arrests.
If I got a bonus for all the drugs that I've seized, I'd be a pretty rich man, sir.
So that means you locked up how many drugs seized?
For the ones distributing in your community?
Yeah.
I don't keep count.
Right, and so how much good did that do?
What's that?
What's the net good? Is the drug problem worse than ever?
I think it is.
And so all those people you locked up was for nothing. You ruined those people's lives and you changed nothing. But did you change anything? Has anything gone better?
Yeah, I saved some lives from being...
You didn't save anybody's life. People who want to do drugs are going to do them and you can't stop it. Every person you locked up for drugs, you ruined a life. You did that. You, sir. And that's what I'm trying. When I put the responsibility on you guys and explain to you that you'll have to pay.
Again, Chilli is so wrong. So wrong. The police are not what is ruining people's lives by arresting them for drugs. Not even close. The people that are ruining lives in their families are the ones who are selling, making, distributing, and using drugs. And the real thing that is really ruining families out there that Chilli obviously does not want to accept are the ones who are overdosing on those drugs that he wants to make legal. They're overdosing and dying, and families are having to bury their loved ones because they're on drugs. But no, Chilli wants to legalize these drugs. He wants to legalize fentanyl, one of the worst drugs out there right now, killing people left and right. He wants legalized. For what? So it's easier for him? I don't know anybody else that would want to legalize drugs like fentanyl who just don't want to make it easier access for themselves.
On you guys and explain to you that you'll have to pay for what you did when you meet God. You guys just have a hard time accepting it. You're actually the one of the worst people on earth, and you don't even know it.
So I'm gonna go back to doing my speed enforcement.
Go do what you got to do, man. Go do what you got to do.
From me, let me know.
I need you to retire tomorrow. Get rid of your mace and your cannon launchers and your bazookas.
Let me know. I hope you have a. You sound like a religious man. I hope you have a blessing.
Listen, I'm a freedom-loving man, and you lock people up for drugs. You said you lost track how many people you locked up for drugs.
Please be safe on your travels.
Be safe.
All right. Be safe. I mean, it was.
Am I allowed to take my dog out, or what's?
No, you're not on the side of the highway, sir.
I see.
No, sir. Now there is an exit a mile up.
So
on the right.
Here's a good example. When you see what happens when you ask a law enforcer for any kind of permission, they'll try to tell you have permission over you. When this jackboot thug does not have permission over me,
stay blessed.
I can do whatever I want, and he can't stop me. Just a nasty, disgusting pig. Just a pig. And he doesn't even realize what he does. He doesn't even realize what he does. And so he's just going to sit here and continue. Look, there's another one right there. Another copper's got someone pulled over right there. Look at that. Right there.
That is awfully rich of Chilli to tell a working man to retire tomorrow because his feelings are hurt. Yet Chilli doesn't have a job. He doesn't even work. Yet it's okay for him to tell another man to retire. Chilli needs to be a man, and he needs to get a job. And he needs to stop being the immature, unstable idiot that he is right now. Which I don't think we'll ever see that, so... And then he sits there and he starts mumbling. And he's so nasty. He's such a pig. He's so nasty. Actually, Chilli, the only one who's nasty, disgusting, and vile is you. And you can keep calling police officer pigs. Proud, integrity, and guts. 3 things Chilli will never experience or have in his lifetime. This officer was above and beyond nice, but Chilli will throw a tantrum and lie about him as he drives away anyways. He is so far from reality. And let's just be honest, Chilli is proof why drugs should not be legalized. Just look at him. Look at him and listen to him. He is the perfect example of why drugs should not be legalized and why you shouldn't do hard drugs anyway. I'm not against weed. I could care less about weed. It's everything beyond that. However, some people smoke weed too excessively, like somebody we know right there in the video. But weed, it's not a big deal. It's everything after that. And he wants to even legalize fentanyl so everybody can overdose and die on that too. Even faster than what they're overdosing and dying on it now. That's what Chilli wants. He has a bonus remix. I will not be showing it. It is the same video again, only he's adding severe propaganda to it. His only mission is to spread as much hate for police as he possibly can, which is in return going to turn into violence towards police officers, which is going to eventually turn into violence against police officers, government employees, and then those of us who see through Chilli's bullshit and call him out on it and don't agree with him. That's where this is leading up to. Parts of this video that he has in this whole remix thing, or there's at least one part in it, when I watched it, the first thing that came to my mind was that video made by the leader of Heaven's Gate. And we all know what happened there. That cult was super messed up. That's what Chilli reminds me of. Chilli is trying to become a cult leader. He's trying to form a cult, a very dangerous cult. Because their mission is to take down law enforcement and then government officials and then those of us who don't agree with him. That's where Chilli's going with this. It is a pattern. And if you research cults and cult leaders, this is how they start out. It's sad and it is scary the way he's behaving. And he's putting these videos out for educational purposes. No. It's got to stop. Somehow it has to stop. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I rambled so much in this, but there was a lot to say. And, well, stay safe. Take care. See you in the next video. I love each and every one of you.